I've become aware of the ceaseless operation of the mechanisms that I have been taught and have further developed to bolster my sense of my own value, my own rank. So much of the clutter up there is testing how I am doing at any moment relative to internal and external standards, measuring myself against standards that prove or question my comparative worth. These are defensive and offensive strategies that we arm and deploy in our lives, and they're aimed at keeping us on top, and therefore safer, less vulnerable, more in control of our own experience. They are strategies that make us the winners. We see them modeled all around us. They are legion and not at all harmless. Telling people what they are, justifying, condescending, advising, one-upping, accusing, withholding, baiting are some of the ways we arm our strategic judgments about others in order, really, to do real damage to someone we have made a little e enemy in our lives, to make some points for the home team. Last Sunday I talked about public theologian and scholar of world religions Karen Armstrong. She talks about these impulses as compelling priorities that emanate from the most primitive part of our brain, the reptilian brain, the part that's concerned largely with what have been called the 4 F's. And I get to hear you laugh again as I name them. Fighting, fleeing, feeding, and reproduction. Her book, 12 Steps to a Compassionate Life, based on deep practice of the wisdom of the Golden Rule, provides a useful path towards wisdom. If you choose to walk it, you're choosing to put down your weapons and encounter every human being as in some way adorable, interesting, gifted, in need, and precious, both to you and to the world. You are choosing to abandon human habits that have been ingrained in our species for 8,000 years or more, ancient habits of thinking and acting that require that we live in an uncompromisingly polar life, fighting every moment to be right and not wrong, to be good and not bad, to be a winner and not a loser. And the price we pay for playing the game is that we wall ourselves off from life-giving, heart-opening, vital exchanges with other people. Early in our lives, the lessons of fear that we absorb from around us can easily come to outweigh the lessons of trust. We can easily learn to value our own personal safety, comfort, and freedom more than we value any relationship that we have with another human being. We learn, and then we forget that we've learned 1,000 techniques for making other people into objects, making them somehow less than human, somehow less feeling than we are, and rendering them in that way harmless and meaningless and out of our way. Men and women become troops. Terrorists are cowards. Children are collateral damage. The man in room 410 is the gallbladder. Your mother-in-law is the nuts. The wise man behind the gate at this house is a stupid oaf. Hardening of the categories kills the spirit of life that we sing about here. All the complicated stuff that's really going on in our hearts and heads, the anger, the fear, the grief, the longing, the shame and guilt, the pride and hope, can't be expressed directly, soulfully, seen and acknowledged and journeyed through with the help of others. The lines are down and the signal then gets very broken and distorted. And bad things happen. Apathy, hopelessness, depression, cynicism, different kinds of addiction, and a lifeless absorption that feeds evil processes and can envelop whole societies and makes war and disaster begin to look like entertainment, makes isolation begin to